Welcome back to our YouTube channel GossipWire. What if I told you the biggest betrayal in hip-hop wasn't caught in a diss track, but on a hidden paternity test? This isn't just drama, this is legacy-level destruction. From secret clinics to deleted Instagrams and whispered betrayals, the truth behind Chrissy, Jim Jones, and Camron will leave your jaw on the floor. And trust me, what you're about to hear changes everything. Stay locked in. Camron, what precisely did you do to Chrissy Lampkin? No, what just poured isn't atheist as a rumor. Therefore you should prepare for it. The actual planet is a full apocalypse of reality television. After years of unresolved tension, Purple X Inglix and Subtle Sheeta DNA test just released a bomb that no one was expecting. Are Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin actually gone forever? Is this the complete connection? Been a huge falsehood invented by Harlem because of a complicated chain of deleted Instagram postings. Leaked direct messages. Camron is the biological father of Chrissy's child, according to many anonymous sources, and, you know what? She claimed to have taken an arbitrary method for health-related purposes. Yes, a full paternity test was completed. The outcomes are more unpredictable than a security-free reunion episode. The baby ISIS, this the debate that will finally ruin hip-hop, love, and the Dipset forever. Or are we all watching reality television checkers while someone else plays chess? This is more than a mess, so you better get some popcorn. It kills relationships, careers, and legacy simultaneously. Once Jim Jones is still in the dark. Let us go back in time for a bit. Recall Chrissy Lampkin returned to the spotlight on Instagram, glowing like she had just returned from a trip to an island with a trust funder 30-year-old football player. Commenters wrote, "She looks revitalized. That glow ain't from skincare." And Chrissy acted as if nothing was out of the ordinary. She posted a few self-portraits and some old videos of herself. James Jones, not then, and certainly not today. You see, something was seething behind the scenes. Awkward silence, hushed looks, and unfollowing and refollowing each other like indecisive teenagers. Everything was leading up to a potentially explosive incident, and now that what began as a rumor has gone viral, the internet is in complete meltdown. MODEA DNA test that claimed to link killer Camron to a kid has now been authenticated. Chrissy Lampkin never made it public. So how did we get here? For the first, Camron and Jim Jones had already been experiencing weird tensions. Years back, the formerly impassable, the Dipset dynasty began to display signs of weakness. Something was not right, as evidenced by strange body language during public appearances, subliminals and freestyles, and cryptic disses. However, supporters rejected it. Brothers engage in fights. They commented that it's just politics in Harlem. It turns it was revealed that scandals involving babies and paternity tests were part of Harlem politics. This is when things get messy. Late 2023, around the time while Jim was filming his solo spin-off, Chrissy and Camron apparently rekindled an old acquaintance. According to sources close to the production of the Love and Hip Hop series, coincidence or a great opportunity to tackle unsolved concerns outside of the spotlight? According to these experts, Chrissy Lampkin and Camron have been criticizing each other since early 2022. First, there was no explicit language, just polite discussions, check-ins, and reminiscing about the past. However, it is stated that as Chrissy began to convey her irritation at Jim's immaturity, the tone of voice shifted due to emotional instability. It grew blurry after that. One alleged crew member stated that after multiple late-night FaceTimes and intermittent meetings, they spent nobody was supposed to know about the weekend in Miami. But now we do. Furthermore, the same crew member makes matters worse. The claim that Chrissy acted differently after returning from her trip to Miami. She became distant from Jim Jones, defensive of her phone, and, worst of all, began to avoid the cameras entirely. Production was noted. Apparently, Mona Scott requested Chrissy Lampkin to participate in a candid interview, but she declined. She claimed Towers End in the correct headspace. You don't answer. After 3 months, Chrissy Lampkin's unexpectedly arrived, quit drinking in front of the camera, and started to dress more loosely, and suffers a bizarre collapse during filming, blaming someone of abusing her confidence. She sobbed as she exited the set. When asked what that meant, that specific scenario was never shown. Why? Considering personal medical information was referenced without authorization, and it appears that legal prevents it from airing. What else would indicate pregnancy if this didn't? This is where the twist occurs. It slaps you in the face though, since it's about whose baby it is supposed to be, not just some secret child. Camron then becomes involved in the matter. Similar to a chaotic cyclone with pink fur, fans began to notice little faults. Camron shared back in February a deleted Instagram story with the remark, "Some things you have to claim, even if they are dirty. Real ones know what I mean." Nobody gave it any thought. Another weird camism, but 2 days later, a burner account published a blurry. Chrissy and Camron are pictured at a hidden clinic in Jersey. Both of them wore masks and hoodies, clearly trying not to be spotted after being reported for breaching Sumian's privacy. The post was already screenshotted and shared as a wild rumor at a church beep. I swear Harlem has officially eaten itself. If that's Camron and Chrissy Lampkin in a lab, one Twitter user said. And don't forget about the timing, another individual said. Jim Jones was out hair-making weather updates with Fat Joe while his girl was doing pregnancy appointments with Camron. Say, it isn't so. That following week, Jim Jones posted a video of the as he began rapping in the studio. I've been betrayed by those close, but I never show it. Harlem is still my dot, just don't always know it. Blogs were buzzing. Reddit threads went berserk. The collapse of Jim and Chrissy, a timeline of lies, DNA, and an iPad where all full PowerPoint presentations are now available on TikTok. However, it was not an awful. The contest was the final nail in the coffin. We'll simply say Camron he smiled as he went. She was crying as she went away. Stop right now. Take a moment to absorb it. Grinning. Camron stepped away. Chrissy Lampkin sobbed while walking out. Additionally, Jim Jones is completely unaware that a child is involved, whose paternity comes from Harlem's most unpredictable rapper. He was at the very least, someone would reveal everything, whether Chrissy wanted it or not, and what follows transforms this from being another celebrity betrayal to a full-fledged psychological drama. It wasn't Mona, either Camron did not do it. Mama Jones was the real Mama Jones. A former VH1 intern allegedly alerted Mama Jones about the scenario weeks ago. She raced into her, figuring Mama was already aware of the situation. The intern stated, "It's unbelievable how Camron has been sneaking around with Chrissy Lampkin like no one is going to find out." Mama Jones allegedly said. Come again. You can imagine. How soon the talk developed into a 4-minute voice memo in which, according to sources, Mama Jones addressed Jim Jones that following evening. He rapped his condo door and yelled, "Your girl is pregnant. And it's not yours." There were far too many exploitative words to count. When the neighbors heard, security intervened. Even though he initially didn't believe her, Jim Jones did what any suspicious person in denial would do. He checked Chrissy's phone while she was sleeping. And what he discovered, Jim sat there, staring at his phone as if it had just struck him in the chest. When the complete reality suddenly hit him, the screenshots, audio notes, and the hidden folder titled Miami, a video shows Chrissy and Camron on a yacht, with Camron shirtless and Chrissy giggling, and someone clearly saying, "Y'all go make a beautiful baby," as well as time-stamped selfies of the couple in a luxurious condo. Jim Jones rewound the movie 8 times. And the audio notes became considerably more powerful. Camron, for example, said, "I meant what I said last night. Whatever happens, I'll have you covered. I'm whispering. I'm afraid it's yours." Another Chrissy Lampkin says. All hell broke loose after Jim Jones reportedly slammed a wine glass against the kitchen wall and woke Chrissy up in the middle of her sleep. According to those present at 347 a.m., building personnel and security were alerted to a domestic verbal confrontation. No police were contacted, but 20 minutes later, Chrissy Lampkin was seen leaving in sweatpants and slippers, plainly agitated, and making her way to an Uber S. Don't you see where this is going? Let's face it, Chrissy is a grown lady who has been with Jim for decades. Not some naive 22-year-old who became involved. She overcame arrests, financial troubles, and his refusal to marry her for nearly 15 years. Jim Jones ultimately pops the question on national television, but she declines, leaving the public to wonder if she was ever actually faithful or if she was simply Camron. Stage left, dressed in a fur coat and beaming. It has remained exceptionally. I remained mute during the entire experience. There are no news releases, denials, clapbacks, are simply vibrations. Is he awaiting an exit strategy or a departure? Strategy. Some bonds break, while others simply evolve. He wrote as the caption for "I truly mean it" when he uploaded a video clip from his previous dipset last week. "I'm still standing." And fans went nuts. The reply stated, "Is Camron confirming the relationship without proving it?" Thighs it the most Camron thing ever. Another, it's as if a guy had mixtape. But this is when the scandal turns into something awful. Because the internet went crazy when Chrissy Lampkin left Jim's condo that night, and supposedly did not return home. But instead, he headed straight to Camron Place and hasn't returned. Twitter is also someone called Tyler Perry. This is the Dipset endgame. This isn't even reality TV. Chrissy Dunn got Jim's best buddy is pregnant. And this Shakespeare has chains and wigs. Cambella posted a photo of wine and Itha, strange prayer emoji states. Some women drink water, some individuals consume alcohol. Consequences. Make an informed decision, Tahir wrote. You folks forget that these Harlem youngsters are distinct. They am not sure what loyalty is. Then there came the audio leak when a voice-a video purports to show Jim Jones sobbing and saying to an anonymous acquaintance, I should have never, I trusted him. Bro, came online. He acknowledged my feelings for her. They were both aware. What bothers me is that tit was no accident. The video went viral, with some fans laughing, others expressing condolences, and a few offering questions. Such as, why is everyone forgetting that Jim repeatedly cheated on Chrissy Lampkin in public? Very well said. However, 2 wrongs does not constitute a paternity test. In the meanwhile, Camron has yet to say whether he formally acknowledged or rejected the DNA results. Insiders suggest he is preparing a revealing podcast episode dubbed Confessions of a Harlem Gentleman, in which he purports to clarify the air and rectify the record. But, what? How is he expected to correct? The Dipet chain has been officially melted down into baby toys. That he might be expecting a child with his friend's long-term fiancée, or that he slept with she was to wait and observe. However, there are allegations that Camron has no regrets. According to a person close to him, Camron isn't saying sorry for anything, noting that Jim Jones was not sincere with him in the first place, so why conceal a false friendship? According to Chrissy Lampkin, an insider told them, I'm not proud of how things turned out, but I won't apologize for choosing peace. She is also said to be emotional, yet she stands firm in her decision. Peace. Single quotes am. You're hiding in Camron's guest room while the internet is blazing around you. That is witness protection, not peace. And the baby, if the timing is correct, it will be September, and there is no gender reveal, announcement, or pictures from the baby shower. Just mayhem, and Jim Jones has disappeared, erasing many Instagram posts and turning down. Fans are demanding a public fight, screaming for Jim Jones versus Camron. Harlem versus Harlem, baby versus Blunt, and VH1 foaming at the door when he made statements. Rumor has it that a public club appearance in Brooklyn was canceled due to mental health difficulties. A multi-million-dollar agreement has already been proposed for a broadcast-exclusive sit-down with Jim Jones, Chrissy Lampkin and Camron, with Mama Jones acting as an unexpected moderator. Will it happen? And speaking of truth, that's when could the Harlem drama become a full-fledged legal epic? Or would the truth merely make things worse? Because just when things couldn't, Tanya J., Camron's ex-girlfriend from his Purple Haze, DOS, is the same. Tanya, who she previously stated that she was ride or die before the money arrived, and she assisted Camron in building his early mixtape empire. Tanya's Instagram live left everyone dumbfounded, the shadows, and announces, I'm not going to be quiet any longer. Whilst sipping, you all are ripping this bogus Harlem dude, who is wearing a nice robe and drinking wine. However, allow me to show Camron's actual nature. He is cunning. Chrissy Lampkin is deceptive and careless with people's emotions. People began to speculate about the single person he'd utilized. Was Tanya merely disgruntled and clout-chasing? Is she aware of anything we are not? She responded within 48 hours. With all of this tension, I pray the kid arrives healthy. Camron, you always had my back, and you were one of many just 4 months ago. She and Camron exchanged texts, and there is a lot of drama with this. Come home, Tanya, and stop chasing dangerous ladies. Yes. Tanya believes that Camron continued sexual contact with her while Chrissy Lampkin was already pregnant. And this is where things got out of hand. Camron's legal team allegedly sent Tanya a cease and desist letter that stated, Tanya is asked to stop distributing incorrect information, defamatory material, and unofficial contact that suggests Camron Giles' paternity and infidelity stories. According to $1 million. Question is, if there is nothing to hide, why send a legal threat? Jim Jones's lawyers certainly took note. As a day following Tanya's presence, claiming emotional distress, defamation by association, and the likelihood of paternity fraud. The team officially requested the real DNA report. Wait, what? Paternity fraud? Now that there are murmurs. What if the exam was rigged? What if the entire spectacle is a ruse? What if Chrissy too manipulated the results? Get Camron to defend her while trying to emotionally destroy Jim Jones. According to VH1 insiders, Chrissy initially declined a second test after VH1 producers requested it for insurance grounds, and it appears Camron then declined. "I already know what it is," he replied. "My heart knows, and there is no need for a test to establish this." On TikTok, only that statement became viral. Some term it romantic, while others label it insane. Bro believes he's in a Netflix drama. One TikTok developer explained after editing the video, "No, family, this is the Love and Hip Hop My edition." Mama Jones is reportedly simultaneously planning a prayer. This weekend, there will be a Circle press conference in Harlem to give spiritual healing clarity and revealing the genuine enemy. When queried, she just responded, "You'll see. I prepared the ancestors to recognize their actual enemy." To speak. She finished with a wink. Ancestors, attorneys, and ex-art nurse. Yes, this issue has multiple layers. Jim Jones, however, is not sitting around grieving in secret. Rumors suggest that he has been seen with Camilla. Yes, Jewel's old partner. Santanoa appeared to be a pleasant late-night supper in Soho. Fans spotted them strolling side by side in hazy paparazzi photos. Camilla wearing fur and heels. Jim is dressed as if it is midnight, complete with sunglasses and a fitted cap. And the internet is currently split. Is this act of retribution a comeback? Or is Jim Jones attempting to safeguard his story before the next storm strikes? And then storm, guess who else has just entered the chat? So, it is already here. Mona Scott at a young age. According to a recent leaked email supposedly addressed to VH1 authorities by Mona's office, she is launching a spin-off series based on the Chrissy Lampkin, Camron, Jim Jones fallout and redoing the Love and Hip Harlem. Reckoning is a hip-hop franchise. The working title is Love and Lawsuits. The pitch includes a detailed legal study with celebrity lawyers, which is live WEBCAST. Private therapy sessions, Jim Jones' emotional comeback, Chrissy's redemption narrative, Camron's journey as a father-mom. Jones serves as the show's narrator and spiritual guide. If it would be similar to Game of Thrones, with Hennessy and Fashion Nova as sponsors. However, the problem still exists. Is Chrissy Lampkin safe in any of this? Insiders say she has received threats to permanently leave Harlem, both online and, allegedly, from unknown sources. VH1 has reportedly offered her private security and relocation protection. Chrissy Lampkin, however, is apparently refusing to back down. According to a leaked document from the firm, Camron has supposedly hired a celebrity crisis PR squad to help managing the fallout from the reality scandal. This is more than simply tea. This is an ocean of espresso shots, fatherhood, stress development, and restoring public trust through reminiscing about Harlem. What's next? Do we hold off until a baby pic is dropped? Should we wait till Jim Jones goes live to finally expose everything? Should we wait for VH1 to benefit from this disaster like they always do? There is no denying that harm has occurred. Harlem might not be the same after Thea's public betrayal. We may be watching the most explosive celebrity triangle this decade. As the pregnancy countdown has started, exes are talking and legal filings are flying. If this baby is real, it will be like this. Now that everything is the kid. Deceit, drama with the DNA, and the ex-partners. False loyalty, public disdain, spiritual warfare, and legal battle are all out in the open. Was all of this part of a broader strategy? We needed to ask, did Lampkin play chess about that time? Is Jim Jones behaving loyal out here? Was Camron the one who saved the day? Did he just manage to complete the ultimate checkmate? Not only that, DNA test. If accurate, Camron is once again a father to the Jim Jones did not consider one woman. What exactly was the goal of this circus? But if it's a lie, was it retaliation? A distraction? A contract negotiation has terminated. It's quite public. The timelines seem to be in sync. The stories do not line up. And Jim's quiet was deafening. Instead of a documentary, we see the fall of a Harlem dynasties occur in real time. Despite the infectious messages, turmoil, and spillage, what comes next? Will Chrissy vanish? Will Jim Jones fight for custody of the baby? Is Camron going to tell the narrative through a moving album about forgiveness and fatherhood? This is no longer just gossip. So, please tell me this is about legacy. It's war. And this is only the beginning. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Who, in your opinion, is responsible? Is Jim able to forgive? Does Camron need to retake the test? Is Chrissy a victim or a terrible guy? Create the next episode in this. The Harlem controversy is currently loaded, so please make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You do not want to miss it. So now that the DNA is out, secrets are spilled, and Harlem is on fire, the only question left is, who's playing who? Is Chrissy the master manipulator? Is Camron the real villain or just playing checkmate? And is Jim Jones about to clap back in the most savage way possible? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe, because this is just the beginning. The next twist is coming, and it's wilder than anything we've seen yet. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching my channel.